Yo, we live. You're now listening to Volume 56 of the Bucket Up Podcast. Here with your boy Ty Doyle, aka DJ Buttersauce, aka Ty Latte, aka your mom called me at 2 a.m. And I'm here as always with the homie, the kid Jesse Burke. Was good.
Living good, man. Burr, episode 5-6 of the Bucket Up Podcast. I'm happy to be here, man. Happy to see another 24 hours whenever, you know, that means, whatever that means. But yeah, man, it's the kid JB. Could have been right last week. Mr. Told You So. Not always because I'm right, but when I am, shit, I told you so. Living good, man. Well rested. Sundays are nap minimum, I feel. And I've reached that goal. So shouts to naps, shouts to the weekend, shouts to the Bucket Up Podcast. We're here, man. What's up?
Damn, bro. I've definitely been on that nap life. Katie could tell you because we kind of just been chilling, you know what I mean, hanging out at the crib. We watched like a Scream marathon. I just been falling asleep all weekend, so I definitely feel that.
But yeah, I saw on the Snapchat. You guys dog sitting? You guys adopted or what happened?
Yeah, shouts to the homies as always, Trav and Aubrey. They had an unfortunate family situation came up, and so they're driving to Alabama this week to take care of that, and they needed Aubrey's parents and Aubrey needed somebody to watch the dog, so we volunteered. You know how much I want a dog, and also that was the homie, so we wanted to do them a favor. So yeah, we're dog sitting. It's cool right now. As soon as one of them got in the house, they peed. And then the other one peed right after it and then took a shit in the house. And like, bro, we know y'all know what the fuck to do. What the hell?
Yeah. They're like, it's all right. It's an emergency.
Nah, yeah. It's like, yo, new house. They don't know what the fuck's going on. But, they've been cool. I took them for a walk or whatever, and they were chilling. You know what I'm saying? They don't really bark or anything like that. They're pretty, like, low-key. They're just relaxed. Like, the one dog's been whining a little bit because probably misses his family or whatever. But other than that, it's been cool.
Yeah, you're like the dog whisperer.
Yeah, they usually come and like huddle around me. They don't be fucking with Katie like that.
Yeah, dogs can sense if people don't really like them.
They probably know, like, yo, she don't got no soul. It's cool.
Damn. But anyway, besides that, man, how's the weekend been? My weekend is I don't know. It's hard to put my finger on. Friday was kind of funny, man. I'm gonna remain this restaurant nameless because I like this spot. So I'm not gonna shame them or drag them. I think it was an honest mistake. As you saw, and maybe I'll put it up in the description or like a thumbnail throughout the week so people can reference it.
Right.
They tried to serve me at this spot, man. It's a notorious steakhouse. They tried to serve me, like, I swear to God, an uncooked steak. For the buckets, once you'll see, you'll know what I'm talking about. But the steak itself was, like I said, I'm no expert, but this steak seemed extremely uncooked. Not to the point where it was just like rare or it was medium rare. The steak itself like wasn't even hot. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like room temperature, mushy, and just not edible at all. And you know where I'm at on this, Ty. When it comes to like ordering food at a restaurant, if you order what you want and they bring you the exact item that you ordered and it just doesn't taste good, that's on you. But
right.
if you order an item and they bring you the wrong item, it's on them. So I felt like I was out of pocket to ask anything but, whatever. So the guy kind of asked, like, do you want me to put it on the grill longer? Is there anything you want me to do? And
for sure.
But I didn't know what to say because at first I'm just not that guy. So I was like, nah, I'm good,
Nah, bro. I'm definitely like, hey, like, I mean, if you even want to preface it, so like, you don't want somebody to take it out of context and be like, oh, yeah, I asked for this, like, a little bit darker than this, or this is a little too rare for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I usually don't do this, but like, you mind throwing this back on the grill? Like, you don't got to make a whole new steak or nothing like that.
Yeah, you're right. But on top of all that, it was really good service and stuff. But we'll get to it. But yeah, that was Friday, man. Saturday was a little bit chiller as it rained all day in Arizona. When it rains in Arizona, man, when it rains, it pours. I think that's where they created that that saying. Because it really does like rain heavy for like a small
Sure.
period of time. But yeah, Saturday was chill, man. Got to just again sleep in, chill.
I got
And
with the
that,
girl.
yeah, I the girl watched college sports, pro
Shouts to
sports.
Joel. I feel like we don't shout her out enough.
Shout out to Joel. Yeah. What else? Yeah. Chill Saturday as it is. How was your weekend, man?
Yeah, my weekend, Friday, got off for work with the half day, and me and Katie went and saw A Star Is Born, which is like a really good movie. I had been hearing about a lot of people say that it was good all week since it came out last weekend, and if people don't know for some reason, it's the movie with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. And Bradley Cooper's like he's already a rock star, but he's kind of on his way out. And Lady Gaga, like he discovers her. They kind of fall in love, but at the same time he puts her on. But like as he's starting to fade out, her star kind of starts growing, and it starts like becoming like a issue in the relationship and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, no, the movie was good. They portrayed a lot of stuff that I would assume would happen if this was like going on in real life, which I guess it does. I'm sure there's some example of this like in real life, but it's kind of crazy because this is like the fourth remake of this movie. Like, did you know that?
Nah, you know how I'm not hip to the movie like prequels and sequels and shit.
No, I got you. It's like I feel like everything nowadays is a remake. Like we about to get Halloween next week, and that shit is all weird because the new Halloween isn't. It's not a sequel to the other. Because okay, so there's been like 6, I want to say, Halloween movies before this, and then there was 2 like remade Halloween movies. So like this has nothing to do. The new Halloween coming out has nothing to do with any of those 2 that came out in like the late like in 07 and 09, those Rob Zombie ones, and they're not a sequel to any of those other ones that were in like the 90s, the one that had fucking LL Cool J or Busta Rhymes in it. Like they're just acting like that didn't exist, and it's just a sequel to the first Halloween movie.
The Jamie Lee Curtis one.
Right, and like Jamie Lee Curtis was in those ones in the 90s and the 2000s. Like she got killed off.
The 99s and 2000s.
Yeah. Yeah. She was getting Halloween killed out for 99 and 2000, bro. No, she was in like Halloween H2O and she died. Spoiler alert. And now in Halloween, they're just acting like none of that shit ever happened. It's just a sequel 40 years later from the first Halloween movie. And I'm like, I bet. Let's go.
That's the Hollywood finesse. Like they make movies and we're like, hey, what about the movies you made? They're like, nah, we're off that.
They were just like, yeah, fuck those movies because they all sucked. And honestly, like the only one that was good, and it's kind of funny. I guess I'll get to that. I'll circle back to A Star Is Born. Good movie. It's the fourth remake. There was like one in the 30s and the 1930s. There was one in the 50s, and then there was one in the 70s, and now there's one now. And they were, I guess, like I think the one in the 50s actually won awards and shit. But it's just kind of crazy that they're just doing the same story over again. But me and Katie watched like the preview for the one in the 70s, and it had Barbara Streisand in it, and that shit would look so fucking funny, dude. It was like the dude, she was just yelling like, "You're not gonna ruin my life." And then at one point he's drunk on a motorcycle and he drives it off the stage and like swan dives off of it. And like there's like weird crashing noises that are like fake. And it's just like, oh my God, this is fucking terrible. And it was the whole movie was terrible according to reviews.
So it was a 4th star was born.
Yeah, the 3rd. So the 4th one is good though. Definitely go and see it. It's definitely predictable, but it's still a very good movie. All the performances are really good. Bradley Cooper is amazing as a drunk dude. I don't really know how else to describe that, but he just plays a drunk and he's good at it. It's so funny that Bradley Cooper is good, right? Because don't we all know him from like The Hangover?
Yeah.
Like, did you see? Like, I didn't watch The Hangover and think, yo, one of these dudes are gonna be an amazing actor. Like, what?
You know what I'm saying? The rest are gonna kind of play the same roles over and over again,
right? But I think Zach Galifianakis has been in stuff, right? He's been in like Oscar-worthy movies, right? Wasn't he in like fucking Birdman or some shit?
I don't know what Birdman is.
That was like that movie that came out a couple years ago that was like all one take and it had Michael Keaton in it, but like the whole movie was like one take, or it looked like it was all one take. Like there was
That's
no cuts.
that's crazy. Shouts to the BoJack Horseman episode where it's just 20 minutes of him talking, just some 20-minute monologue.
Oh, was that the one with his mom's funeral?
Yeah,
That shit was crazy.
I was like, damn, this episode is like, is this the whole episode? And it really was.
All right, shit's crazy. But yeah, that's what we did Friday. Saw that movie. Like I said, I give it like 4.5 out of 5 bucket hats. And then Saturday we went to brunch. That was cool. It was like this weird spot though, and like I don't know. I think it's weird though, because like I don't know about you, but when you go to spots like restaurants when it's like a shit ton of shit on the menu, do you have like a tough time like choosing?
Oh yeah, that's why I hate Cheesecake Factory.
Because to me, I like the option, even though it takes me forever to choose, because it's like I always find something I like. I don't like when there's like 4 things that are on the menu, and I'm like, I don't like, oh, I like some parts of this, but other parts I'm like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you're right. It'll be like egg and bacon cheese sandwich. You're like, okay, and then it'll be like jam and strawberry peanuts. You're like, oh, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, that's exactly. It'd be like, you're like, pancakes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then it'd be like arugula or what?
Yeah,
it'd be like prickly pear jam with a mayonnaise tomato, and I'm like, nigga, who? What's that?
Hollandaise, all in a creme brulee. You're like, wait, what? The pancakes are in a creme brulee,
right? And then it's like restaurants that are like that also never have pictures of what that shit look like. So you don't even get to like a pic and see like, hey, maybe I could fuck with it, but you're like. You just looking at it like, yo, you just Googling shit on the menu, like, bro, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is it? What the fuck is a tomato? I don't know who that.
I hate when they say shit like that, or you think they'll say something like a cheeseburger blank blank blank, and you're like, oh, it's a cheeseburger, and they're like, no, sorry, it's a cheeseburger style. It's actually just a waffle. You're like, wait, the fuck? What? I thought it was a cheeseburger. They're like, yeah, right. No, your mistake. Like they try to even act like the Sun you too. They're like, yeah, you got to read it better.
Right.
Okay.
So we're at this spot, and I'm trying to pick out what I want, and I'm like, it's 8 things on the menu, and I'm like I read some parts, and I get to it like, I don't know if I really want to eat like a waffle with arugula, like you know what I mean? And then so I end up settling on this dish it was a waffle. So it didn't tell me how it was made. It just said you get a waffle, you get a pork chop, and you get eggs. And then I was like, all right, I'll add some like potatoes on that. I'm like, all right, that's cool because I could just like eat them separate. Pork chop. I haven't had a pork chop in a minute. Let me fuck with it. And so I get it. I know you saw the picture, and like it's everything stacked on top of each other. So there's like a waffle. Not only that, but they didn't tell me that they put it on there. But it's a waffle with apple pear syrup, apple, or I think it's like apple maple syrup, and then with a whole pork chop on top of it, like a big one, and then on top of the pork chop is my eggs over medium, and I'm like, and then and also there was a donut.
What? They put the donut in a drink though.
No, it was all on top of each other, and I was like, I didn't expect it to be like all together like.
I will say
maybe I would separate them.
When I order breakfast and I do know I'm gonna get like a pancake or a waffle in addition to eggs, I do try to have them separate because I don't like my egg yolk touching my pancake, man.
Right, and like even then, that's not the worst thing. But a whole lamb, my nigga, like, I was eating the lamb, and it's weird because it didn't taste that bad. Like, it actually tastes like okay, but it was just like. I was like, I can't believe I'm eating a fucking egg on top of a pork chop on top of a waffle with apple syrup. I'm like, I wouldn't even have thought to put this shit together.
Yeah, that's wild, man. That's thinking outside the box.
Yeah, bro. Don't go to don't go too bougie on your brunch spots. That's a lesson right there.
How was the service?
Oh, service was. Actually, it was like one of those spots. So another thing too, like we've gone to a couple of these brunch spots where, like, it's kind of like not like Chipotle where you're like, putting your shit together while you order, but it's like you order at the register first and then pay, and then they find you a seat and then you eat and then you just leave. Because I'm like, what do I tip? Like, am I supposed to tip? Like, I'm gonna get somewhat served, but I'm not gonna get served like I do at a normal restaurant. So should I not tip like the full like 20? Should I tip more like 10 or something like that? I was just like I didn't really know what to do, but there was service. It was like very tight in this place, and like I asked for syrup mad long and it took mad long. My food took mad long to get out, but I think it's because I had a fucking pork chop. They had to cook a goddamn pork chop and put it on my waffle, so that's probably why my food took forever.
And you thought probably like what you ordered was the most simple thing, and
Yeah,
and it ends up being like, oh, sorry, you ordered like our grand finale thing,
right.
like,
Yeah, no, I should have known. But it's funny too because when you walk up to the register, there was like a whole stove. There was like they only had one stove. Like they were cooking all their food on one stove that you could see. So my dumb ass should have known, bro. They're not gonna have room to cook my pork chop with all this other people's shit.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, so I mean, like I spoke on Friday, I had the weird situation because the service was amazing. The guy was like a really nice waiter. He seemed like he was working really hard and like, he really needed the money. I feel like that with anybody that's working.
Right.
But he was killing it. So I was like, damn, I'm feeling nice. Like, I'm gonna tip this guy fat. But then like, the uncooked steak and like the food was just not knocking. And I was like, damn, like this dude's killing it, but the food sucks tonight. And it just has a weird combination of that. Like it can never be good food and good service. And then the next day, Saturday, I went to the spot. Shouts to brunch. We went to this place that had a brunch menu, and we were against the clock because it ended at 2:00, and it was like we were rushing there at like 1:30, and we're like, all right, as long as we put our orders in. But my man, it took them like 30 minutes just to acknowledge us, and like
really.
I was gonna say, where are you at with the seat yourself places? Because I don't understand how they know when new people pop up.
I think they don't. Every time I go there, it's kind of like it's like a weird thing. And somebody comes like, "Oh, did somebody take care of you guys?" And it's like, "No." And it's like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry." You know what I mean? Like I feel like every time I've gone to one of those places, that happens.
There should be like a little fucking notification thing that they get that somebody sat at table 6, or
that's actually probably a good idea. Like because we went to for fucking Auburn Tribe right after the wedding. We went to some spot that I can't think of, but it's basically like I think it's like Dave and Buster's, but it's a different name for it.
It was like Buster's and Dave's.
Yeah, so it was like Time Out or some shit. I don't know, but we sat down at the tables there, and they had the little like those little machines where you can cash out and shit, and like they play games like that. Like they had those shit at like Applebee's and stuff. And I'm like, those things are actually kind of genius. Like they should do that for those type of restaurants where people sit down, they see themselves, and then if they can like hit the button when they're ready for shit. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of like flight attendants. That way people aren't waiting forever. You know what I mean? Now, obviously that might suck for like waiters, like having to get called 2 different directions, but.
And conversely, like, just think about the perception if you see somebody just sitting around at a table and you don't know if they've been helped. You don't know if you're the first or third waiter to walk up and be like, "Hey, has someone helped you?" They're like, "Yes, man."
Like, dude, we just talked to that dude like 3 times, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So we're waiting and we're kind of like, "Yo, like, they're about to push us outside the paint of brunch time, right?" And Joel was like, "Nah, fuck that. I'm gonna tell them we've been waiting."
Right.
All right, you got it. And they were really cool about it, though. Like, they kind of could tell on our face that we were waiting a while and we're being really patient. And the food was okay. It was better the first time we went, and they were like, they gave us the food, wherever it was, and I made like kind of like a passive aggressive joke when it came, and I was like, "Oh, I thought you guys forgot about us," and the lady said something that was just kind of like blaming technology. She's like, "You know what it was? The machine didn't print out your ticket until this, that, and the other," and I was like, "Okay, like it's all good."
Yeah, you don't really need you don't have to hit us with it. It's fine, bro.
Yeah, like I don't know your machine that enough for me to be like, "Nah, bullshit. I know the machine."
Yeah, like
so
it never happens, bro. I used to work here. I was Amelia.
Yeah, so the the food came or whatever, and it's funny how like we already didn't think the food was that popping because we were mad about the wait, and
Damn.
then but then the stars aligned, and when the bill came, she actually comped half our food. So
Oh, fire. Honestly, I'm surprised more waiters don't do that.
yeah, and we tipped her fatter because of it. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm wondering, does it like when you comp shit, does it come out of your check? You think that what happens?
yeah, probably they're probably like, hey, we saw that you gave a filet mignon for free. They're like, yeah. They're like, so we're gonna take out $23.
So you're definitely paying for that. Because I'm
Yeah.
like, if not, if I'm a waiter, I'm for sure every like, oh shit, you got a hair? Yo, you know what? You just had that whole thing for free, dog. It's all good.
Yeah, I mean,
You know
think
what I'm
about it.
saying?
What if it's a gamble? What if you comp a 10, you comp a 15, I'm sorry, you comp a $10 item for like a $15 tip, or like a
Right?
$5 tip or whatever, and you run the risk and the return, the ROI or whatever.
Yeah. And you're like, you end up like, not making as much as you would have. So I get that. So I wouldn't do that unless literally they just was like, yeah, we're not gonna take it out of you because sometimes so much food is wasted in restaurant industries. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of hard to be docking everybody for everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, so shouts to them for at least doing that. And it's crazy how money rules the world, man. Because like we were truly mad about the wait for the food, and then all they did was cut the bill in half, and we're like, oh look, we're not mad no more.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And it's crazy how it's like, no, like it's not like they could go back in time and fix it. It's
No,
it's crazy how sometimes money does solve. But so shouts to that. And then today, I want to clarify too. It sounds like we'd be balling and going out to restaurants all the time.
I went to
I
one restaurant.
Yeah, I be meal prepping all week though, and you know it. Speak on my name. And so, we don't really go out throughout the week. So on the weekends it's time to, kind of go in on the restaurants. But yeah, we went to brunch, and again, we waited forever, and they hooked it up with a free blueberry muffin. So
Oh, there you go.
shouts to Mark Cafe out in Chandler.
Okay. You out here just like finessing, getting the free shit.
Yeah.
So I think somebody was telling me I can't remember who it was, but he was saying that him and his homie or like maybe it was his son or something like that. They go to the movies and they'll bring like they basically just bring a cup that they had from last time they were at the movies and just like walk right in and then like go to the like soda dispenser and just get a drink and then go into the movie. It's like, bro, what?
What movie theater have the soda dispensaries access to their customers?
AMC. I don't know if Harkins is behind the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they smarter. AMC just got it. Like the AMC by our house, like it's right. As soon as you check in, like or whatever, you can just walk up to the soda machine. Nobody even.
It
Say,
better be free. The fucking AMC tickets are expensive.
yeah, it's for sure. But like you could just put one of them cups in your purse, pop one out.
I'm mad about AMC and Harkins right now, man. There was a movie that I was looking forward to coming out this weekend that did come out this weekend, and it's like not playing around like nationwide. It's kind of just like select theaters,
What movie?
Beautiful Boy with Steve Carell.
Oh yeah, that looked like it was good. It was.
Yeah, but nah, they got me all hyped. I'm all ready to buy my Friday night ticket, and they're like, sorry. And they don't even give you like a time, like, yo, it's coming to Arizona this day.
Nah, them indie movies, you gotta just like see, gotta figure it out. Because Katie was trying to see a movie called The Hate You Give, and that one's like a kind of I don't know if it's too indie because she said it was based on like a pretty famous book, but they only release it in select theaters like for right now. And so it's like, yeah, you don't know when like they don't really tell you where the select theaters at.
Right. It's like you guys select the theaters, you have to just tell me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. You probably should check to see if they were at like fucking what's it called? What's that place over there? It's like kind of like a dinner movie thing. The Alamo Draft House.
Yeah.
Should have checked over there, bro.
I guess I still can.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, shouts to the movies, man, because getting to it, I was curious, like thinking about it, because shouts to one of the weed shops I go to. They offer free popcorn while you wait for your weed to get ready. And I was like, man, like when did popcorn and movies become like a thing? You know, I wonder how like somebody was like, yo, you can eat that whole, like it started like this. Somebody was just, they're all watching a movie and somebody was just like eating popcorn during it. And they're like, yo, my man, you're going to eat that the entire film? And he's like, yeah, why not? And then it caught on. I'm just trying to figure out when that happened.
I don't know. That's a good ass question. The thing is, I don't even like popcorn that much. You fuck with
Right.
popcorn?
Not only when I'm watching a movie, I'm not like eating it casually, you know?
And the thing, I get it though. It makes sense because popcorn is a snack that isn't very noisy. You know what I mean? Because I was eating Cheetos at the movie theater that we snuck in, and or that we snuck in like some I snuck in some Cheetos, and I was like eating it, and I'm like, oh man, I can't really fuck with this when it's like a silent part of the movie because it's just me rustling in the bag and I'm crunching on some fucking Cheetos. Like people probably like, yo, shut the fuck up, but like,
You guys dump them in a popcorn bag.
yeah, apparently, but like popcorn, like even when you like you're chewing them, they don't really make that much of a noise because they're all soft and shit. So I mean, it works out. It just I don't know. I don't understand how it became a movie thing.
I don't know either, man. But yeah, so shouts to that because it's funny because you know a popcorn a movie theater snack could have been anything. It could have been like universal. People eat like licorice. Like I don't know. You just see like 30 people eating like peeling pick lemon fucking licorice and shit. I don't know. But yeah, I was curious about that. There's other snacks you like in the movie theater. I mean, obviously candies, gummies, shit like that. But no, I was thinking about also too. Do you ever have snacks before bed?
No,
No, because I'm a weirdo, and some nights I'll just bring candy to bed, bro.
bruh, I definitely don't. I like I might if I after I eat dinner, I might get like a little bit more hungry and grab like eat some chips or something, or if I got like some sort of like pretzel dip or something like that, but not like right before bed. I try to chill on that.
Yeah, I'm. It's probably because I smoke a lot of weed, dude, and
That's probably what it is.
I got man.
Do you also take a fucking huge rip before you go to bed?
Yeah, I be
So
smoking.
that might be it.
I be smoking surfboard.
I
Nah,
be
but like,
smoking watermelon.
yeah, surfboard in my bathtub. I be smoking anyway. Watermelon, but nah, for real. Yeah, man, I don't know. It's just the thing I got, you know, especially after I got my physical a couple months ago, and they told me I got like 1,000% clean bill of health.
Yeah,
You know,
nice.
I just be chilling, man. I be doing eating my candy, enjoying it. You know, I took the week off at the gym last week because I let sports run my life, which I'm trying to let them do less and less. It helps when my teams lose more, but
Oh, because you think you get more apathetic?
no, I just don't care as much because I'm like, oh, they're not.
That's what apathetic means.
I thought apathetic. Oh, apathetic. I'm thinking of
Yeah.
what's that word? I was thinking of
Pathetic.
no pathetic.
I get more pathetic, which makes sense too. I get more pathetic as my team lose.
Yeah, no, that and no, I was thinking of empathetic.
Oh yeah, no, I got you.
Yeah, I was like, no.
I know. I just gotta be that inside, bro. That's the way right there.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So yeah, shouts to my team's losing. But no, yeah, no. So midnight snacks is my jam. But I do gotta get better at brushing my teeth more often, man. Because when I brush my teeth before bed, then like obviously you don't have the, your mouth's all minty and shit, so you don't have like an appetite for a sweet tooth.
And you like, yeah, because you want to eating shit right after you brush your teeth is the worst.
Oh, the worst. And I don't know how they glamorize it in TV and like commercials where it's like right after you brush your teeth, you're like, oh, take a swig of coffee. Like, nah, fam, that tastes
No,
like
that's
straight.
all lies, bro. There's two things that are lies in movies. Like people. First of all, there's way too often in movies where people like in couples like they kiss each other in the morning. I'm like, that does not fucking happen. Because
Right.
I don't want you blowing your morning breath in my goddamn face. The fuck, and I don't want to blow my morning breath in your face. Like, nah,
Yeah, I'm not about the morning kisses.
nah, bro. You
Nah.
definitely got to brush your teeth first, and then
Yeah.
like, definitely them brushing their teeth and then like eating some shit right after. Like motherfuckers be brushing their teeth and like eat food right while they're brushing their teeth because they're in a hurry. Like that don't ever fucking happen. You'll never catch me doing some shit like that.
Bro, brushing your teeth and like eating an orange, I'd rather have someone punch me in the face.
Bro, that's serial killer shit, bro. If I saw somebody legit like just brushing their teeth and then like peeling and like just popping the orange, I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
And then if I just saw someone brushing their teeth, I'd be like, why am I at their house? You know? Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I guess I only think if maybe if you were carpooling like me and you just walked in or something. Like, yo, you ready to go? What the fuck? Are you eating the orange while brushing your teeth, bro?
Yeah, I'm about to call the cops.
Like, you know what? Carpool off, bro. I'll just take
You're gonna be carpool Caroline.
Nah, that shit's wild. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I guess just brush your teeth before. I mean, again, you hit up the gym. You can eat whenever the fuck you want. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, it's like that. I gotta get back to the gym this week. But now, also, I go to bed with either like because I am dehydrated from smoking weed.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking drink a lot of water or Gatorade by the bed, and I at least wake up 2 to 3 times throughout the night on some just like I can't sleep all the way through shit, and I'll take like a bong rip or something in the middle of the night.
And gonna say like, yo, I'll take a swig of water. Like, nah.
So no, but it's wild because some nights I've had like I've gone, I was gonna say cookless. I didn't cook that night, and I was like, damn, I just had like McDonald's for dinner, and I'll have the leftover soda just chilling in the kitchen, and I'll just like stumble to the kitchen at 4 a.m. and just take a swig of like medium temperatured Coke, man. And yeah, so it's a gamble, Usually it's just water. Usually I try to make it just water when it's the midnight snack. But yeah, there's that. And then I was trying to think of what else is like a favorable snack of mine that I rock with often. At work, dude, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. What's like a snack at work that gets you between meals? I don't know if you snack between meals. I have to.
I realized I should because I heard like obviously, the boy, I'm thick boy out here. So me and Katie been trying to lose weight. Katie is doing like Weight Watchers. I do it like, very leniently. Like I eat basically what she eats, but I'm not counting points and shit. So, but like I realize I need to eat a little bit more like in terms of like snacks. Cause I usually just I go to work, I eat like whatever my breakfast is. Whether that be like an oatmeal or like a yogurt and granola. And I probably don't eat again until like I get to work at 6:30, eat breakfast there, and I probably don't eat again until like 1. And then I won't eat, then I'll eat then, and then I'll eat dinner at like 5:30, 6 or whatever. But I probably need to eat in between, probably because we got like these fucking I think sriracha cashews at work, and those are fire. I need to just start just like fucking with them.
What time do you get off work if you're at there at 6:30?
4.
That's crazy. Oh, because you have the half day Fridays.
Yeah, we do the 9-hour days, and then we do a half day Friday, and I just do a 30-minute lunch. That way I can leave as early as possible.
That's cool, man. Shouts to that. I'm sleeping still at 6:30. I don't get to work till like 8:39.
Right, but you saying too that you have the option of like not even having to go in on Fridays, right?
Right. I mean, but it's still work. You just work from home.
Yeah, but
trust me, dude. It's not as glorious as you think. Like you get. I mean, it depends on the personality. Me, I just distracted too easily. I'm too like, oh, I should do the dishes first, or you end up doing more work because you're not commuting and you don't feel like you've put in that much effort because you're just opening your laptop, No,
I'm with you because we did a work from home before. And I was saying that too, like before I took the job I'm at now, I had a chance. I got offered another position where it was literally just remote. Like I worked at home the whole time, and one of the main reasons why I took the job I got now is just because I was like, bro, I can't work remote. Like I need some sort of interaction. I need some sort of like, yo, I'm at work, time to work type shit. Like if I'm at home, bro, I'm gonna be way too tempted to throw on Netflix. I'm gonna be way too tempted to like, you know what I'm saying, go and do fucking something else. Be like, yo, I'll just do that shit later, and then I'll end up working till like 10 o'clock at night. Fuck that.
Yeah, and there's like you said, there's like an actual like mindset or like actual theater to like the at work phenomenon. You know, like you can't be like, yo, I'm at work, at home. Yeah, you know, like
Right.
I don't know.
Like I mean, I get it. You be working, motherfuckers still be working, so
Yeah.
I get it. But it's just crazy. I maybe I could do it like every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Or I could do like if it was like a day of week, like how you got offered. If I did like every other week or some shit, but nah, I couldn't do that shit full time. Fuck no.
Yeah. So sriracha nuts is the wave when you're
For
working.
sure.
For me, I just got I don't know the size, but big. Size of these like little pretzel bites that have peanut butter in the middle.
Mm.
And they're fire, man, because they're neutral. They go with anything. And then also when you're eating your morning coffee or you're drinking your morning coffee, they go peanut butter and pretzels go good with coffee
Bro,
because your mouth is like coated good. It's good.
you get to like the big jump offs from Costco.
Hell yeah.
It's huge.
It's like halfway up my waist.
Yeah, dude, I bought one of those and brought it into work, and it took like 2 weeks for us to get through it. It was just
Yeah,
like
I bought one for myself. I'm kind of like, yeah, you can have some when I say so.
people. I was like, hey, people can have because I'm not gonna eat fucking 800 fucking pretzel peanut butter bites.
I'll be making people laugh because when they have snacks I want, and instead of just being like, yo, can I have some? I'll just give them a wild number. And I'm like, hey, can I have approximately 7 or 8 pretzels? They're like, okay, yeah.
Like, all right, cool. I only couldn't give me an exact number. That's
Yeah.
fucking wild.
So shouts to that, man. Shouts to there's another I have a coworker of mine that he's meal prepping. He told me that I was part of his inspiration. So shouts to that, I guess. He
That's
said
cool.
he wanted to meal prep and work out like me. And I was like, oh, that's cool, man.
Right.
Go for it.
Fits,
And he does this thing, dude, that he drinks like a protein shake, like halfway through the day.
Mm-hmm.
But he calls it milk time.
Yeah, nah, bro.
So he's just like, oh, it's milk time. And I'm like, you got it.
That's not a good look, fam.
It's just
Like,
really
nah.
funny. He's innocent. I let him live.
All right, cool.
But yeah, so shouts to milk time.
Nah,
I'm trying to think what else is wild at work. Snack wise. Yeah, the pretzels. I have a coworker that is wild unhealthy, and every time he comes in, which is once a week. So once a week, like his breakfast is like a bag of donuts and Pop-Tarts.
Mm-hmm.
So once a week, I'll have like a bag of donuts and Pop-Tarts with him.
There you go. There you go.
So shouts to that.
It's called balance, my guy.
Moderation. Everything's good in moderation, man. Fuck
For
it.
sure.
But yeah, man. So snacks is the wave. For the buckets out there, we're gonna have you guys debate and tell us what your favorite snacks are. What snacks get you through the day at work? What snacks get you through sleep? Midnight snacks.
Right.
As I could eat anything at midnight or any time of the day.
I feel like I've been coming around on like different stuff. Like recently I've been going back to like fruit snacks. Like I hadn't had fruit snacks in like years until a couple weeks ago. I just saw one at the gas station. I was like, let me see what this fruit snack hitting for. And I was like, man, I can't believe I forgot about these. This should just be amazing. It's basically just gummy bears, but like, what I'm saying, that easier to eat. So
yeah. Shouts to the fruit snacks. Shouts to Airheads. That's like one of my favorite candies. I eat them. What I do sometimes is I mold them like a pretend mouth guard.
You still do that?
And I just like slowly kick it and have the chew it like I'm Steph Curry.
That should sound like a grill, like one of those grills like for like rappers, but instead of it making you look like you got a lot of money, it just gives you a bunch of cavities.
That's exactly what I'm doing. That's what I'm going for, fam.
There you go. But yeah, fruit. I was never big on like fruit roll ups and shit like that. I always wanted the gushers, even though in hindsight that shit is gross. Like, what is that juice inside the gusher? You know what I mean? Is it just high fructose corn syrup?
Natural fruit juice. I don't know.
Absolutely not. There's no way. They keep that shit in the fucking aisle next to the crackers, bro. There's no way that shit's juice. Like they don't tell you to refrigerate your gushers after opening.
Yeah, I don't know. It's good, man. Shouts to Gushers. Shouts to my brother when we lived together for a year. And he used to be lazy and not want to go out and get snacks every night. So he used to like pay me $10, $5 to go do a snack run.
Oh,
And
fire.
and what's funny is like it would be like weeks straight where every night he wanted Gushers, you know. And he would send me out to buy him like $20 worth of Gushers.
Damn.
And I'd have like the same guy working the night shift, so I just looked ridiculous buying like boatloads of Gushers every night.
I just thought you were high as shit.
No, so I just started getting to the point where I told him I was like a kindergarten teacher and I was buying snacks for my kids. And I was like, oh, these kids love this stuff.
He's like, hey man, here's the teacher's discount, bro.
It's so funny, man. So he's the yeah. So shouts to Gushers, shouts to my brother. He's a big candy fan.
There you go.
But yeah, man. So yeah, I don't know. I turned 30 in January, and I don't see myself slowing down with the soda and candy, to be real.
There you go. I actually have a homie I went to college with where he does like this shit on Twitter where he just does a bunch of polls, and he did like a candy one for Halloween, and like I was getting heated because Snickers. He had like Snickers and fucking Reese cups and Twix in the same like heat and shit, and I'm like, bro, this is way too stacked of a category because you do like 4 by 4, but I think the final was like Reese's, Snickers, Twix, and Skittles, I want to say, and fucking like Reese's won, which is cool with me. But I feel like people were putting Twix over Snickers, bro. Where you at on that?
I'm Twix over Snickers. No. I'm not Twix. I'm Snickers all day.
Yeah, so I was like, I can't believe this many people like I never. All right, so like I saw somebody eating Twix the other day, but I feel like I don't be seeing people fuck with Twix that hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When the last time you saw somebody just eating a fucking thing of Twix?
I don't know, but I did get in the debate with somebody over the Kit Kats and the Butterfingers, and I will say Butterfingers is still better than Kit Kats. I don't know.
I don't fuck with either of them, to be honest. Butterfinger got a weird consistency.
Yeah, but
I don't like Kit Kat because it's mostly chocolate, not just a me thing, I guess.
True. Tit for tat, Kit Kat. I don't know. Fuck it.
Oh my. The other thing though, too, that we gotta talk about is finally this dude LeBron like dropped the second episode of The Shop. And it was all about Drake. You said you watched, right?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, I heard because I think you told me that you didn't really like it like that. I seen
and I think mainly because I was waiting for so long for the episode 2, so like I had such high expectations.
Mm-hmm. The first episode was amazing. That's why it was like
so
many different perspectives and going a little bit deeper. And this one, it felt like I'm sure what I'm guessing is they pushed it back because they wanted to get Drake, and then
LeBron can't be going to the shop that frequently.
Right, that too. Like it would make sense if the show came out every 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Because that's when people, celebrities for sure, get haircuts like every 2 weeks. But I'm guessing they just waited for Drake, and it felt like most of the episode was just like waiting for Drake. And I wish it was like kind of like they all were together. Like I didn't like how they did the first initial talk, and then when Drake came, it was basically like just Drake and them.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I didn't like it. It was more of like a Drake and LeBron show, and they made it seem like, oh, like Drake's too good to be in the presence of other people and shit.
Right, but I'm guessing maybe like he didn't want to talk about that stuff with those people around, which is dumb because it was getting aired on TV. So
right.
But it could have just that he said he showed up late, so it could have just worked out that way.
Yeah, and Maverick Carter, I don't want to be that guy and be a hater, but like he acts more special than he is. He's LeBron's manager, and it's like, my man, like if you didn't grow up playing ball with LeBron, you wouldn't be who you are,
I mean, that's true, but I think he's also like he's transformed himself into a businessman in his own right and doing certain things. And
the part that I didn't agree with, that I really thought, and where I stand when it comes to the racist and racial side of things, was when Victor Oladipo and some of the athletes were saying how like, oh, I didn't know you were smart, or I didn't know you were you.
No, that does happen.
It does for an athlete, but I don't agree that every time they were saying for a black man, because it can, you know what I'm saying? No, you can be a dumb athlete that's white too. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get you, but I think that's what they were saying, the athlete, and then Mav Carter said that like he had people say it to him, and obviously that was just for a black man. Like, you know what I mean? I've never heard that before.
Right, yeah, but I'm saying like I've heard the jokes about like dumb hockey players or like dumb like.
Mm-hmm. But and that's what also too though is because it just seemed like those two things got mixed together. But I don't think that's what they meant. Because even Mo Bamba was saying like first it was because he's saying because it's athlete, but also he'd say like people would go like, "Oh, you don't sound like a dude from Harlem," and it's like, what the fuck does that mean? You know what I mean? Like that's what he was saying.
Yeah.
He was saying he was getting it from like a whole bunch of sides, like people thinking that he don't speak English because he looks African, people thinking that he might be dumb because he's from Harlem or dumb because he's an athlete. You know what I'm saying? Like he seemed like he was more like being. I think it was just like because they were all talking about it. It seemed like it was all blending into one thing, but they were talking about like separate ways that they were getting essentially the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay, well that's fine. I just didn't like the conflation of it. It's like, all right, well,
people think white athletes are dumb too, but but sometimes they don't. Like when it's like a black point guard, regardless, even it's like if there's a black point guard and a white point guard on the like playing the exact same way, stats the same, everything, you hear them say like you always hear, oh, the white point guard is a coach on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Like he's an extension of the coach, or you know what I'm saying? He gets by more on like savvy and all this and that, and it'd be like. Or that he just good at basketball, and it's kind of weird because it's stereotypical both ways, like in terms of like towards like black people because they don't use those things to describe black people, and then they only use it to describe white people like they're not athletes. So it's kind of funny that it kind of is like racist towards both of them. You know what I'm saying?
I will say I'm not really the bromance between LeBron and Drake was a little like, all right, we get it. You guys are both like rich, and
that's what we need to really talk about. Like it was weird. Like okay, so he's explaining like what's going on with the Pusha T stuff, and I'm like, some of it makes sense. Like it seemed like he was more mad at Kanye than he was at Pusha T. Like Pusha T, he was just like Pusha T was saying all stuff. He seemed like he was only really mad about Pusha T saying the shit about 40 having MS and shit. But for the most part, it seemed like he was more just mad at Kanye, and it makes sense because he was like, "Yeah, I came." Kanye said he wanted to help me, and then I go up to Wyoming. I'm basically just helping shit for his album, and then he gives me a beat, and then I'm like, "All right, cool, I got this beat," and then he comes out rapping nonsense on the beat just cause, and then he tells me I need to tell him when I'm releasing my album, and then when I tell him. He comes back a couple weeks later and releases a bunch of albums around my date. And I was like, okay, so that's fucked up on Kanye's part, and I get why he'd be more mad at him about that. My thing though is him saying like him crossing lines when like Drake definitely was out here rapping about Kid Cudi like have like mentality being shaky when he was going through depression and shit. So it's like I feel like you also like trying to draw lines with you and not with other people. So I was kind of like shaky on that, but it definitely was weird that he was like, I texted LeBron and said, like, I didn't want to disappoint you. I'm like, nigga, what?
Yeah, I'm like, bro, like that's where it was like, okay, those are like, I'm sorry, I know musicians and rappers look up, or musicians and basketball players or whatever look up to each other, but
like, it's like a weird thing where like they want to be each other. You know what I'm saying?
But that instance had nothing to do with LeBron, you know,
right?
Like, and nothing to do with LeBron's ability in basketball. Had nothing to do with, and I understand the competitive balance.
Cool that, I could like as a friend, if it was like if I'm Drake and you're LeBron and we're like good friends like how we are now, and I was just like, oh, bro, like I'm not even gonna respond to that shit. Like fuck that, and like it was just me telling you that I'm not gonna respond, and then or me just being like, yo, you think I should respond because I'm thinking I might not. Like that's different than being like, yo, I'm not about to respond, but I don't want to let you down. Like that's a little weird to me, right?
Yeah, especially I'm like, dude, it's not like Drake. You're from Akron too. It'd be different.
No,
it's not like listen. That's where I'm at. Like, it just seemed like forced. Like LeBron, you're like the hottest basketball player. He's the hottest like artist. It seems like an arranged marriage. It's not like
it's not like Drake was sounding like he was his dad. Like, bro, like you can't let me down. Like, that's what I'd have been like, bro. Let me down. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, but I thought it was
you're a grown man making your own decisions. Like, you're not gonna I want to come back if you got to come back. But like, you're a grown man, bro. Do what you want.
I just think all of it was a little too dramatic, though. And LeBron to be like, what I said, your family, you can never let me down. It's like, shut up. It's just a song. It's not like
it's a rap beat, bro.
Yeah, it's not like it's an actual like. Hey, I'm thinking about putting Adonis up for adoption. He's like,
right, yo, that's another thing. You can like, yo, honestly, I'm thinking about just like being a deadbeat, bro. Like, would you be like, would I let you down if I did that? Like, that's different.
Yeah,
yo, I'm not putting out a rap song.
Yeah. Then on top of that, Like, yeah, just on top of all that, it's
that
just
him saying
yeah,
that he studies rap beef for a living, like, no, you don't.
yeah.
What? You're a rapper.
And
Also,
there's no rules to a rap beef. I'm sorry, Drake. Like,
right? And then also, yeah, no, there's just I mean, again, I don't think it was cool for him to say this shit and like about homeboy having MS, but I'm pretty sure Tupac was out here saying wild shit about Biggie. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like unprecedented.
but what I'm saying is the whole
Didn't somebody
trolling
say
thing,
something about somebody having sickle cell and shit? And the night, like, again, it's not unprecedented.
bro. Like the whole premise too to explain it to LeBron is like, yo, you know that Scoop D Whoop song? He's like, yeah. He's like, he was trolling me. He's like, oh shit. He's like, should I not respond? Would I let you down? And it's like. Like the whole scenario is so stupid. Like he's like Scoop Diddy Whoop. Like that whole thing was supposed to be that was a diss towards Drake. Like that's so out of context.
Right. No, but he was saying that he said he gave him that beat and he for him to have, and that was like the only thing he gave him from him going to help him with his album, even though he wasn't really supposed to do that. But instead of like, and so he had a whole song about on that beat, and then Kanye releases it and saying fucking dumb nonsense on it, basically. So he was kind of trolling him if that's what fucking happened. But I'm just saying in general, him said that's the only thing that was like, because I was like, if he didn't when his explanation for not responding was smart, because he was just like, either I respond and like, you know what I'm saying, I say some foul shit that's like, you know what I'm saying, kind of out of pocket, or I don't respond, I got like a, you know, a chink in my armor. So like he was like, I respect the chess move, and I'm like, all right, cool, there you go. And then he's like, and then I could just put it on my shit and kind of just move on. I was like, all right, that's cool. Like, as long as he like, I like it too, because he's acknowledging like he decided not to move on, and like that puts a little like, you know, so something there. There's like there's something on his record there. Like he's acknowledging that it's there, but that's what he decided to do. And I was like, all right, I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? But just him saying like about the letting you down, that shit would just threw me off. Him and then him saying he studied rap beef. I was like, what? And then fucking LeBron saying he was a hip hop historian. And I'm like, bro, stop.
yeah, that's thank you. We're on the same page. Yeah.
And it's just like, no matter, the one thing that's like funny to me is just he says he's a hip hop historian, but then he'll like wherever new album come out, he's on Instagram singing to it. Like he's on Instagram right now singing fucking Quavo's album, and that shit was garbage. Like, I'm good, bro. Not that, you know, LeBron is like, he likes some good music too. Like, you know, saying he was listening to that T Greasy like very recently after it had came out, so he was on to some shit. But it's just kind of funny. Like, you need to relax. For sure.
Right, and that's what I'm saying when I say some shit like that. People are like, "Oh, you just hate LeBron." I'm like, "No, I just thought that shit was corny, man. I was hating on Amari when he was bathing in red wine too.
Yeah, that shit was dumb.
Yeah,
he was like, Amari is like really leaning into his whole he's an Israeli and shit. Like, bro, I mean, like, that's cool if you got some in there, and you like, you know, you going over there to see, but like trying to tell me like you're a real Israelite, like, come on, nigga, like I can see you.
Right, man.
Like, come on, man. But it's cool. Like, it's whatever. I was just, and I you're not the only one who had that take that it, like, you know, have parts that, you know, he's corny. But I already knew that. Like, if you just know LeBron, or you saying like all the sagas that was going on with him in Cleveland, talking about, you know, make sure, like, too many people try to fit out when they should be trying to fit in, or whatever, trying to fit in when they should be fitting out and all this shit. And he was doing cryptic fucking, you know, subtweeting at his teammates and shit. Like, you know, as much as I think LeBron's like a really good role model, I love what he does for like the community. I love, like, you know, a lot of shit. Like, like, you know, it seems like he might be in a lot of ways a good leader, but you know, in other ways, yeah, he's a little corny, and it's cool. Like the same thing with Drake. Like, Drake is corny as hell. Like, I was talking about it at work one day. Like, it's kind of funny that at this point he's like the biggest rapper now, because he just seems, and that's kind of cool in his own way, that he still seems this way, but he just seems like a fan. Like, every time he's around like other famous people, he just seems like a fucking fan. He seems like me or you around him, right? Like, am I right?
Right, exactly. And it just seems like forced, man. And that's why I'm not with the whole, like, you know, he comes out with a fucking you know, LeBron jersey at his concert and stuff. I'm like, dude, you're Mr. Toronto Raptors. You're Mr. this.
No,
like,
but he's been doing that on his tour. Like, every city that he stops in, he wears like whatever city that is. He wears like one of the athletes like jerseys. He's been doing that the whole tour. So, but
Drake's a groupie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's like, if that's who he is, like, I respect that he's not like trying to change and be like and act a lot more cooler than he is. You know what I'm saying? He's like, fuck it, this is me. And so like, part of him is that he, you know, part of him he's kind of like a fanboy, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he kind of like when he's around these people, like when he was like in the fucking Kentucky layup line, like he looked like a Make-A-Wish kid. It was wild, bro.
Right, he cannot ball. He's not athletic.
I know, but it's just like, yo, he looks so giddy, and it's kind of, and part of that is like, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of like awesome that, you know, you got this dude's at like the pinnacle of his profession, still kind of acting like, you know, he didn't make it or whatever. But it's also just kind of funny because it's like, and so in a lot of ways, Drake's a little lame, you know what I mean? But it's cool.
Yeah. He is very lame, and I didn't like how he tried to make it seem like he was so distant from his mom because his mom's Jewish, and like she was like, oh, you know, it was different, blah blah blah. I'm like, Drake, like, come on.
Wait, no,
man.
I thought he said he was with his mom, but he said like he wasn't like he'd go visit his dad, but he was with his mom most of the time, right?
Right. So, but he was trying to say like his mom didn't understand the black community, but he did.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, nah, you're more Jewish than you are black, man. If you were raised by your mom, you know.
I think it's still equal though.
I mean, I don't know, man.
Also, like he looked black, so I think he was probably treated black. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I think he was saying. I just thought what he said about his lineup was also kind of funny though. Like he said he couldn't go to the barbershop because his mom wasn't really about it, so he had the worst fucking like lineups ever.
Yeah, that's true. Jewish moms just always want their kids to look the way that they think, not what they think is actually good.
Right. So I was like, that's kind of funny though.
Yeah, 30 years old. My mom still doesn't want me going to a barbershop.
Like, why don't you just cut your own hair? I could cut it.
Yeah, I give you the uptown fade.
Nope. Big no.
Yeah. Yeah, man, but it was a good episode. It was whatever. It's a good show. I'm kind of, you know, if I had to like say like, oh, my big fan, like I don't know, episode 2 kind of turned me off. Episode 1 was like,
oh. You got one really good episode and one iffy episode. You're like, you know, I don't know about this show no more.
Not if they're gonna make me wait a month and a half for an iffy episode, bro.
Wow. Okay. I'm like, yo, this one wasn't as good as the first one, but I'm definitely cool with like I still like the premise of the show, and I've seen it work. I've seen it work really well. And again, even if you thought it was shaky, like it still took over the internet because it was talking about something that people wanted to know about, like a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think anything LeBron does will take over the internet, though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like it was LeBron and Drake, so it was like, of course, it was gonna. And I just think it was the structure of that episode is why. Like if they just come back and still just have athletes talk about shit again, like that's cool.
Yeah, you're right though. So shouts to the shop.
All right.
But bigger shouts to us. Burn, episode 56 of the Bucket Up podcast, bro.
Yeah. You know, you already know what time it is, bro. It's songs of the week time, bro. What you got?
So now we're supporting local because that's how we do it. We're going to the island, Long Island, to Huntington Station, to the homie Flame Gretzky. He just dropped a new album. It's called Mud.
Oh,
so
shit.
Shouts to the homie Flame Gretzky. Aim and Fire. Mud.
Oh, there we go. So there's a lot of music that came out this week and last week. I guess I'll just get my song of the week. I think I'm gonna go with "Going Through Some Things" by Jeremiah and Ty Dolla $ign, aka My Ty. They said they're dropping the album later this month. I'm fucking hyped. They were supposed to drop it last month, but Jeremiah got into an argument or got into this thing with fucking Tiana Taylor where he ended up getting kicked off his own tour. So I think that's why they pushed it back a whole month because he was going through some shit. But yeah, that's gonna be my song of the week. But make sure y'all check out the homie Shy Glizzy. I don't know, you know who Shy Glizzy is, bro?
I really don't.
You know that crew song? You know, I got money all around me. I look like I'm the man. Yeah. The dude who raps at the end, he's like, "Hey, nice to meet." You know that dude?
Yeah, nice to meet. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that dude, he dropped I fuck with him heavy. He from the DMV. But he dropped the album. That shit fire. It got like Tory Lanez on there. He got to jump off with some Young Thug. He got a song with Lil Uzi. He got, you know, a couple other features. He got Rick Ross on there. So definitely check him out. His album, I think it's called Fully Loaded. Also, ZZ by Kodak Black. I don't know if you heard of the shit with the fucking metal drums. That shit fire.
Yeah, I heard on your Instagram.
Oh yeah, for sure. But Yeah, and then what was it? I think I Drift Too Hard I talked about last week. I listened to fucking Mud Boy by Sheck West. If you don't know who Sheck West is, he's the dude who sings fucking Mo Bamba, which is, I fuck with Mo Bamba a lot. But that whole album, he really can't rap, so his album's kind of trash. But the beats hit, so that's
Shout out he's from Harlem, and
yeah.
I really like the music video, man. Like, it's funny because, dude, you don't know what's successful and what's good or not. Like,
No.
if you didn't look at the page, if you didn't look at the video views of that video at the bottom left that got almost 30 million,
Mm-hmm.
And you just watch that video, you'd be like, wow, this is kind of lame, Like, people do shit that's like successful all the time, and like you never know what's gonna hit or not.
That's pretty true. Because honestly, is the thing that's fun. I didn't watch the video first. I listened to it because I heard somebody say some shit about it, and so I listened to it on Spotify, and I was like, this fucking kind of hard. Like, but I always thought like he obviously this was like a fuck around song. Like, I'm like, he definitely got in the studios, like, and like I feel like Mo Bamba might have been there because he also from Harlem, and he might have like, yo, I'm about to make this like. He was like, yo, throw my name in the song. He was just like, nah, I got you. I'm gonna do a whole song, bro. And he just like, I got hoes, and you're like fucking around, and it just ended up blowing up. And then I'm thinking like, okay, so maybe he can actually rap. He just fucking around. And then I listened to the album, like, nah, maybe he's not that good at rapping. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, one hit wonders exist, and like it's a thing, and they make it seem like it. I'm not hating, man, but they do platform them early on and often. Like, and on I'll listen to the Breakfast Club, or I'll listen to Ebro in the morning, and they'll be like, "Yo, how old are you?" He's like, "Oh, I just turned 20." And I'm like, "Dude, like, I'm sorry, but you ain't shit at 20 years old. You're not shit at 19. Like, you really fucking hit the jackpot if you rapping and you're on a fucking top 10 radio station at 20 years old."
Well, that's why I don't really knock them, because it's like, bro, if it was me, like, there's no way I could even conceive of me making something good at 20, 19. But if I was out here, I was out here, like.
But it's
really
also the audience, yeah, I'm not hating on him, but I'm saying
I also think too, like, most of that audience is people who's also young.
Right. So I'm saying I'm not hating, but it's like they make it seem like, yo, you gotta grind every single day. Like, even in his things, he's like, yeah, I didn't really take rapping that seriously. Like, even Lil Baby, dude, he talks about like, yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't really start rapping until recently. It's like, all right, so you have a lot of money and success, as it seems like somebody that's been rapping a lot, like.
Right. But sometimes, it's just sometimes it's like everything else is circumstance. Like, he might have started rapping recently, but he's also in Atlanta, where it's like right now it's a hotbed for music. He might have known somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody, and it was just easier for him to get on than somebody in fucking St. Louis, or what I'm saying, and fucking if somebody's in Iowa rapping their ass off for a long time, what I'm saying, they might not have the same access to connections. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just saying that they definitely make it look easy.
No, I get it, but it's
the shouts to the Bucket Hat Boys.
For real. Yeah, dude, I guess that's a wrap, bro. As always, I usually say this, but thanks for dealing with me for another week.
Yeah. No, it's easy for me, man. Yeah, Ty, thanks for putting up for me yet again another week. For the buckets that continue to listen to us, thank you. We are grateful. # blessed. For the new buckets, how do they listen to us, bro?
Yeah, dude, if I don't know what the hell you're listening to us on right now, but we're also available on Apple Podcasts. We're on Google Play. You can fuck with us on SoundCloud. We're also on Stitcher Radio. Maybe eventually in the future, we might hop on Spotify. I'm sure there's multitudes of apps that you can download and get, podcasts. So we got the RSS feed, you feel me? But also, if you really, really fuck with us, you can make sure to leave a review on Apple Podcasts, or leave a comment on SoundCloud, or a review on Google Play. No, just leave like the 5 stars, write some shit down. Like, yo, those dudes are really cool. Yo, like Jesse and Ty are mad funny. I would even let Ty fuck my mom. Like, whatever the fuck you feel like doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, write that shit down. As well as hit us up on social media. You can follow us on Facebook at the Bucket Up Podcast, and then on Instagram we're at the Bucket Hat Boys, and then on Twitter we're at Bucket Up Podcast. So yeah, definitely follow us there.
Cheers.
Got anything else to say, or not? That's it.
Nah, man. We're just gonna keep building this podcast, this brand, man. I'm sorry if you're sick of us. We're not going nowhere. We're gonna come up, bro. One day we're just gonna blow up, and people are gonna be like, "Oh shit, those dudes are the ones from that Oh, they were the ones that did the movie cover. Oh shit. Oh, you know. So shouts to Slick Radio. They just reached out. They want us to do a crossover. So probably the next week or so, we're gonna be doing a crossover with them.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, man. Shouts to networking. Shouts to podcasting. Shouts to TTS back home. Shouts to New York. Shouts to Pizza Man. It doesn't exist out here in Arizona.
Yeah, and shouts to our listeners, bro. We out.
Chip.